ஆடும் பரிவேல் அணி சேவலென பாடும் பணியே பணியாய் அருள்வாய் தேடும் கயமா முகனை சிறுவில் சாடும் தனி யானை சகோதரனே. திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். அண்ட சராசரங்களுக்கெல்லாம் அதிபதியாக விளங்கக்கூடிய முருகப்பெருமானுடைய ஒப்பற்ற பரம் கருணையினாலே ஞானத்திருள் சார்பாக ஆங்கிலத்திலே த ஹோலி டெய்டீஸ் ஆஃப் சைவம் என்கிற தலைப்பில் சைவத்திலே தெய்வங்களாக கொண்டாடப்படுகின்ற திருமூர்த்தங்களை பற்றிய செய்திகளை ஆங்கிலத்திலே நாம் தொடர்ந்து சிந்திப்பதற்கு திருவருள் கூட்டியிருக்கிறது. We have already given a series of lectures on the philosophy of Saiva Siddhantam. We should thank the Mrs. and Mr. Saravanan Kattar. They are the people behind the series. They have insisted me to deliver the series on Saiva Siddhantam. And only because of them, I also took initiative to deliver those lectures. Those lectures mainly were about the basics of Saiva Siddhantam. There are three entities, Padi, Pasu, Pasam. Their basic properties, their basic inherent properties, and also their relationship between these three were also discussed in our series of lectures. Mrs. Saravanan insisted me that the people who may not know Tamil or not well versed with Tamil may also be interested to know the inner meanings of the deities of Saivam. We are paying our prayers and we are performing our pujas for these deities, offering our songs and also other offerings in the hope that the gods will accept our prayers. Now, Mrs. Saravanan's interest is that the kids, mainly the kids and even the grown-ups, should be able to understand the basic concept of the Muhurtham, that is, in which the Murtiman is inheriting. See, you must understand, when we worship a deity, we are offering our prayers to the inheriting or inner living Murti. In Tamil they will say Murti, Murtiman. Murti means the deity, Murtiman means the God which is being worshipped in the form of the deity. So we are given a form. That is why the Almighty has come down to help all souls. It has come down. It was in its, it is in Swarupam. In the Swarupam stage, it may not be accessible by all the souls, because souls are dominated by their inherent darkness or ignorance in their wisdom. So God takes the Almighty takes the initiative to extend its help to the souls by coming down. It is coming down in 9 levels. That is called the Navandaru Vedam. It is coming down in 9 levels. That is Nadam, Vindu, and then Aparanadam, Aparavindu, and Sadasivam, and then Uruthiran, and then Mal Ayan. Now, we may shortlist these 9 into 5. That is formless 2, formless form 1, and form 2. They are named as Sivam, Shakti, Sadasivam, and then Maheswaran, and then Siddha Vidyeswaran. Okay, this Maheswaran is nothing but God starts taking forms in which the souls can visualize, souls can concentrate, souls can submit themselves, because only if it is in the form that is called in Uruvam, in Tamil it is called Uruvam, only if it is in form, the souls will be able to concentrate their attention and pay their prayers as if somebody is listening to our request, as if the Almighty is able to listen to our sorrows, our requests, our submissions, whatever you call. So, in Saivam, we are having very strong belief that God can take form, that it can take form. That is, if you say in Tamil, adu uruvathil vara mudiyum, it can come in the form. It can take a formless state also. So, if you say the solid land, it takes the forms. If you take the air or the sky, it is in formless state. Still it is there, but it is in the formless state. You understand? Fire, if you just say fire, whether it is form or formless, we can call it as formless form. That is Aru Uruvam. Why it is called a formless form? Because we can see it, but it doesn't have a regular shape. You cannot say it as a triangle or a circle, or you cannot define its shape. Can you? No, you cannot take. But if you take the water, it doesn't have shape, of course, but if you take it in a pot, it is assuming a pot shape. If you take it in a tumbler, it assumes the tumbler shape. Likewise, water, it takes the forms of the container. Likewise. So, God is also in a formless state. It comes to a form state because then only souls can concentrate. See, if you hang a photo and if you ask a man, you go and offer your prayer, then he will come to the photo and stand before it and he will pay his prayer. Suppose if you ask him to go into a room and offer prayer, means he will say where he will go, where he will stand, where he will look, in which direction he will look, whether he has to stand, whether he has to sit. All these things are coming down. For example, if you are hanging a photo on the wall, a framed photo is being hung on the wall, let us say Lord Shiva, then if you just ask him to go and make your prayer, then he will come near the photo or stand there and look at the photo, and he will concentrate or he will focus his attention on the photo. So, the purpose, you cannot say that, or you may ask whether God is inside the photo, or whether the photo itself is a God, or all these things you may ask, but you just think the purpose of the photo is focusing the attention of the soul that is being served. In due course of time, because of his attention being grown, he will come to a stage where he may not require a photo at all. He may not require a photo, he may not require a picture, he may not require a statue. He would be able to concentrate or focus his attention within himself. Within himself. You can just see people who are reading loud books. They are reading loud the books. They will go through after the pages. As time grows, you may see some people, they will be grazing on the pages. No sound will be coming out of them. Their eyes will be just grazing over the paper, and they will be picking up the information, and it will get deposited in their mind, isn't it? You are culling out the information from the pages. How does it happen? The paper itself is not the matter. Paper is different from the matter. You may be discussing something in the paper. For example, you may be explaining how it may be a recipe for preparing a sambar or something, some cooking items. Let us say a sambar. The method has been printed on the paper. You will be going through the paper, you will be going through the process, and you will be grasping the details from the paper within yourself, and when you are going to the practical spot, whatever you have registered, those things will come to you, and you will be actually executing the preparation, or you will be cooking the sambar. When you prepare the sambar, when you just prepare the sambar, your details in your mind will help you to, or the recipe details will be helping you to prepare the sambar or cook the sambar. But when you study the process of cooking a sambar in a book, the book is not the sambar. The book doesn't contain dal, it doesn't contain chili, it doesn't contain salt. Do they? No. Likewise, if you just see a photo, if you just see a picture, and if you just concentrate, focus, you are receiving lot of informations or lot of feelings out of the photo. They will get deposited, they will get accumulated, they will get registered within yourself. And at the time of your prayer in a future period, those things will come to you and will help you to understand, to realize. That is on the practical spot, isn't it? You go through the book and go to the kitchen. Likewise, you see the picture and get your feelings within yourself. You cook within yourself. So likewise, Saiva Siddhantam or Saivam agrees the prayer may be offered to a statue, whether it is made out of metal or a stone, let it be, or even a painted picture will serve the purpose. So we are of the opinion that the prayers offered to a picture, to a statue, will definitely yield result. You may ask whether God will be receiving, or God will be acknowledging, or God will be accepting your prayer through a statue or through a picture. If you ask, definitely He will accept. So these things have been given only by Him. A statue, a stone, or a picture, or say metal, all these things are offered only by Him. You have not invented, you have not found out, you have not created. All these things have been created only by Him. So if you want to offer your prayer through these materials, will it not reach Him? Definitely it will reach. These materials are his own property, or the whole world is his property. That is when Saiva Siddhantam, they will say every bit of this Prapancham is owned by Lord Shiva. He is the sole proprietor of the whole, because they have been created, they have been produced, or they have been made out of Maya, which is the Parigraha Shakti, that is the inner power of Lord Shiva, the controllable power of Lord Shiva. You must understand the difference between the controllable power and the inherited power. Shakti, goddess, is the inherited power. It is inseparable. But whereas Maya is a power under his control. That's all. You cannot say that it is his power. There is a mud there. The potter will make pots out of the mud. The mud is under his control. Whatever form he will make out of the mud, he is having the control. He is having water, he is having the chakra, all those things are under his control. By rotating the wheel and using his stick and all those things, he will be making so many pots and other things out of the mud. Mud is under his control. Likewise, Maya is also under the control, but mud is not the potter. Likewise, Maya is not the Lord Shiva. You must understand. Likewise, all the properties owned by Lord Shiva, whether it is a metal, whether it is a stone, whether it is a mud, whether it is water, everything is owned by him. And then, if you offer your prayer through these materials, will it not reach him? Definitely it will reach him. That is why we agree that if you offer your prayer through statue, through stone, it is only your determination and your focusing and your love will make things possible. Say we want to focus your love, your attention to a point, because God has to receive the focused attention. If you go to temple, if you stand before the primary deity, that is called Moolavar, and if you offer prayer without focusing your thoughts, that is attention, it is of no use. That's how the Arula, the great people are teaching us. Sindai Ninadaki. Okay. Why I am saying all these why I am putting all these arguments? Because we are of the opinion, our religion is of the opinion that to start with, prayers before the deities will pay best results on both sides. Why I call both sides means, see, if I offer prayer, I am benefited not because I am paying prayer, because my prayers are accepted by the Lord Shiva. Just because I am paying prayer, I may not be benefited. I should not think that my duty is over. Just by paying the prayers, don't think that your prayers will pay you. Only if the prayers are accepted or reaching the Almighty, then only you will be paid, isn't it? You will reap the harvest. So that is why, if you just pay your prayers, offer your prayers before your deity, definitely he being the master, he being the creator of this world out of Maya, he will definitely accept if your prayer is focused one, and love-filled one. That is why Arnainatha says, அழித்து பிறக்கவட்டா அயில்வேலன் கவியை அன்பால் எழுத்து பிழையற. எழுத்து பிழையற means that is focusing without making mistakes in your prayer. சிந்தையை நினதாக்கி நாயினேன் கண்ணினை நின் திருப்பாத போதுக்காக்கி என்றெல்லாம் our people, our great people are teaching us, are guiding us. So their deities in our religion, especially in our Saivam, it is known as Kriya Margam, offering your prayers before the deity. What you do before the deity? What do you mean by offering the prayers? Lighting a lamp, or lighting camphor, or putting bananas in front of him? Okay, whatever you do, he is going to accept. But whatever you do, it should be performed with love. Love means just not love. It is an exclusive love. That is the difference between the worldly love and the exclusive love. You must offer exclusive love. If you stand before God, if you just offer your prayer, there should be nothing else you love in between you and the God. There should not be any other thing. There shouldn't be anything else in between you and the God to be loved. Pay 100% love to Him without any reservation. Is it not? Without any hurdling, without any what can you say, that some people are praying prayers subject to this, subject to that, all these things. No such conditions, no such limitations, no such preconditions. Go Him, stand before Him, offer your prayer in full-fledged mode. That is, without any reservation. If you just answer my prayer, if you just give results to my prayer, I will be happy. No, that shouldn't be the way of offering prayer. Whether you give me good, whether you give me bad, whether you give me joy, whether you let me down to suffer, I will never care. But I will not stop my love giving. I will not stop loving you. My love will be always there. Likewise, the prayer can be paid only before a deity. That's what I am saying. Why I am stressing all these things? Because your prayer, your puja will be more meaningful before a deity to start with. For example, if you look at the deity, how can we concentrate? Why our attention is being focused? Because if you have a deity before you, if you have a deity before you, or in the presence of a deity, if you are performing your puja, then you can look at his feet, you can look at his eyes, you can look at his the graceful look, you can look at his hands, you can look at the things in his hands, you can just attach more meaning towards his gestures in the deity. There are a lot of gestures is the deity. We are going to see in future the great Nataraja. We are going to discuss. I do not know how I am going to be successful in explaining Nataraja in English. That I do not know, but I will try my level best. That is the, I think that is the whole idea of Mrs. Saravana. Because she insists that our deities are to be looked at with the real meaning. When I am looking at a Nataraja, I should have the basic concept of why the Nataraja idol has been offered as a prayer spot. Our ancestors are very, very, very intelligent. You cannot compare their intelligence with anything else. Okay, so I think I am trying to convince you that our deities are more meaningful. People in the other religions, they are mocking at us. You have so many gods, so many idols, so many pictures, so many paintings, so many, all those things. Because of their ignorance, they are not able to appreciate it. It is only because of their ignorance. They should understand the theory behind the idols or the deities. They don't understand the theory. Without understanding, you don't have the right to mock it. Say, if I must know something, then I can comment on it. Without knowing something, I don't have the right to comment on it. I don't have any right to say about it. I should say that I do not know that, so I don't have the right to comment on that. People have loose talk. In other religions, people are having very loose talk, and they will talk, they are not talking, they are blabbering without understanding the basic concept. If at all they are interested, they must come to Hinduism or they come to the Saivism. They must understand why a prayer is being offered before a deity. What is the meaning? Why it should be done? Okay, that is why our ancestors felt. That is why they are taking up. They are taking up to start with Maheswara Murthangal. To start with, then go to a formless form Sadasiva Muhurtham, then go to formless state, then you go above all these things called Akalam. These are all Tadattam, Sakalam, Akalam. Akalam means without any Rubam. So it is Swarubam. Swarubam means without Rubam. Rubam means you can see with your eyes, you can feel with your senses. So, Saivam is meaningful. That we are taking the prayers level by level. First level, offer your prayer before deities. Second level, Aru Uruvam. That is why in temple, if you see, the temple, if you just enter and go around the Muhurtham or the Karuvarai, the main deity being inside, if you just go around, you can see so many deities. But once you go to the center point, the Karuvarai, the main spot, if you go there, there will be only formless form Sivalingam. No form of any deity will be there. It will be Sivalingam. You can, that it is called formless form. That's all. And if you just look upon above the formless form, you can see the space. And there will be indications showing that God is also in the formless state. Formless state, formless form state, and form state. So we are very intelligent. Let us say that our ancestors are very intelligent than anybody in this world. So they have they are taking us stage by stage. We can be taught things only stage by stage. Not all of a sudden we can be imparted all the knowledge in the world. See, it is like a undial. Undial, you say, it will be having only a slot wherein you can insert the coin through the slot. You cannot put everything on the slot. Slot will accept only one. But once you put there, the undial will get collected, or the coins will get collected inside. Likewise, you must receive one by one. You must go stage by stage. See, the flower may be budding. Then the fruit may come after some stages. God has put everything in this world in a growing form, that is levels. He has put everything in the levels. Is it not? See our body, it is in a child state, it grows, infant and a boy, and then a young man, and then a grown up man, an old man. Likewise, stages after stages, he is growing. When he is growing, it is expected that his intellect is also growing. Likewise, your attachment towards the religion, it should also be growing. In the earlier stage, you may not have so much of knowledge to understand things. So accept whatever being said, and then when you grow up, you think over, you ponder over, you brood over the things in our religion. Then you come to a conclusion. So our prayers or our attachment towards the Almighty is being developed from formless form state, and then formless state. So in the form state we have Maheswara Murthangal. God is in the different forms of deities. Please understand, there may be so many deities, or there may be so many forms of deities, but they all have meaning, concept. You must understand the concept or the inner meaning, then only you can appreciate the particular form or particular deity. So we are going to discuss so many deities in this section. We are going to justify the prayer offered to a deity. Even though I am saying a deity which is in the form of a stone or a metal, it may be also in the form of a picture painted on a screen. Once upon a time, our temples were having the main deity as a picture painted on the screen, cloth screen. Even if you go to Kadirkamam today, even if you go to Kadirkamam in Sri Lanka, our prayers are offered only to the screen on which Murugan is painted, being with Valli and Devayani. They are all sitting on a beautiful peacock. Our prayers are offered only for this picture, or painted picture. The picture is decorated with so many things. If you go there, you will be wondering, or you will be drawn towards that picture. Even though it is a picture painted on the screen, your attention will be drawn there. There is a godly effect, of course, we must accept. That is why Tirumurar also says, Padamada Koil Pagavarku Ondri Ian, Nadamada Koil Nambarkangaha, Nadamada Koil Nambar Kondri Ian, அது Padamada Koil Paramarku Ame. படமாட கோயில், படமாடும் கோயில். Don't say படமாடும் கோயில், படமாட கோயில். மாட கோயில் in which there is a padam. Padam means picture. So in the olden days temples were having only pictures. Only of late statues have been installed for offering prayers. If I remember correct, in Tirumanikudi, the prayers are offered only for the screen, if I am correct. Tirumanikudi. Okay, now I think we are convinced that offering prayers to the deities are meaningful. There are so many deities in our Saivam, and the first deity we are going to discuss, or we are going to analyze, or we are going to what we can say is we have to be very careful, because it is not just a picture, just a statue. It is God. It is that is why I have put holy deities. The holiness is within itself. That is why it is called Muhurtham. So our first deity to be discussed, studied is Vinayagar, Lord Vinayagar. Lord Vinayagar, everything, every prayer or everything in this world by Saivites, they will be offering prayer only to Lord Vinayagar, and then only they will go to other deities. The first prayer will be for Vinayagar. Even if it is a temple festival, if the procession is arranged, Lord Vinayagar will be leading the total procession. He will be coming first. The prayers will be offered to him. You understand? So our first god, or the foremost god, or we can call the front office, our Lord Ganesha. So merciful. It is only the personification of jnana and mercy. The personification of mercy. Lord Ganesha will accept in whatever form you give to him. If you offer sundal, he will accept. If you offer modakam, that is kodakattai, some people will say, made out of rice, he will accept. If you offer the sugar cake, he will accept. If you offer sugar cane, okay, he will accept. Whatever you give, he will accept. If you offer him to sit under a tree, okay, he will say. If you if you ask him to sit at the banks of a river, okay, I will sit here. If you take the turmeric powder, put some water, and you make it a solid and say that it is Vinayagar, he will say, yes, I am Vinayagar. Manjala pudichi vecha kuda daadum paru. If you offer arham bull, if you just put him before it, okay, he will accept, he will be very much pleased. That grass will convince him, will make him happy. Such a what we say, such a merciful God with Lord Vinayagar. If you go and offer him, he will ask, what you have? I am having only this. Come on, give it to me. I will accept. But all other deities, they have some rules and regulations. You cannot put Lord Muruga under a tree as you like, or at the banks of a river, or in a street corner. You cannot put him. But you can see the player coil everywhere, anywhere, not other temples. Because the most simplicity, you can just see in that. God is very simple. He is very, very simple. அவர் ரொம்ப எளியர் என்று சொல்லுகிற அந்த கிராமருக்கு, the grammar for simplicity is Lord Vinayagar. So Lord Vinayagar, we must make our first prayer or first puja to Lord Vinayagar, and then we have to go to the other. Even if all the temple festivals, they will start Vinayagar Puja for Vinayagar. That will be the starting festival. The beginning will be with Vinayagar. And it will, things start well, will end up well. If we start up with Vinayagar, it will end very nicely, without any hurdle. Even if there are hurdles, those things will be removed by His grace. விக்னங்கள் இல்லாமல் செய்கின்றவர் விக்னராஜன் விநாயகர். What do you mean by Vinayagar? Vinayaka means, Nayagan means captain, leader, whatever you call. Nayagan means leader. Vinayagan means he is the one without leader. He himself is the leader. Vinayagan means Taliban illadavan. V means, if you put a V before the word, it makes negative. Nayagan illadavan, Taliban, Tatparan, Tanakkatane Taliban, Tanakkatane Paran, என்று சொல்லுகிறவன் விநாயகன். Vinayagan means, Vinayaka means no equal or no supreme. There is nobody to say equal for him. There is nobody to say superior to him. That is the meaning of Vinayakan. He is the Ganapati. Ganapati means Ganangalukku Pati. That is, he is the captain for all the warriors, the setup of warriors, always ready with him. Ganangal, that is the, what we can say is, in Devalokam or in his government, he will be having a lot of warriors for him to help to help his devotees. So those who are devotees for him will always be protected and guarded and being helped by the Ganangal. Ganam means group. In general meaning, Ganam means group. The group of warriors, here it means Ganangal. So the Lord Ganesha, Lord Vinayagar, the foremost god of Saivam. There are a lot of prayers for all the books. They will make a prayer for Lord Ganesha and they will go to their main book. நற்குஞ்சரக் கன்று நன்னில் கலைஞானம் கற்கும் சரக்கன்றுகான் நற்குஞ்சரக் கன்று நன்னில் கற்கும் சரக்கன்றுகான் கலைஞானம் நற்குஞ்சரக் கன்று நன்னீர். Umabadi Sivam says, நற்குஞ்சரக் கன்று நன்னில் கலைஞானம் கற்கும் சரக்கன்று கான். What does it mean? If you just submit yourself, surrender to the lotus feet of Vinayagar, Lord Vinayagar, then everything will be induced within yourself. It will be easy for you to understand any book, any holy book. You will be given the holy ideas very nicely, you will be able to understand the things in the right sense. See, we may be understanding things, but we should understand in the right sense. That is very important, isn't it? We may be understanding, we may say that I have understood this book, I have understood that book, but whether you have understood in the right mode, the right sense, in which the author has created, in which the author has written the book, that is the very most important thing, isn't it? We should not understand any book against the principles of the author. Author may be having some principles. Only to bring out those principles, he might have written the book. Okay, and now we have our study. We are going to have our study about Lord Vinayagar, Lord Ganesha in the series of holy deities of Saivam. Now there are a lot of stories about Lord Vinayagar. That is the most piteous part, because most of them, why most of them, I should say, almost all of them are to be ignored. The authorized verdict should be found only in book of Saivam. For example, the Saivites should follow only 3 Puranams. The first one is Periya Puranam, the second one is Thiruvilayadal Puranam, the third one is Kanda Puranam. If you just say a fact, then that fact should be reflected in any one of these 3 books, then only it can be accepted. Otherwise, if it contradicts any one of these 3 basic books, then you need not accept that fact. Any statement should be approved, should be authenticated by any one of these 3 books. And that is the basic idea we must have. That is why we are saying that Lord Shiva has 3 eyes. His right eye is sun, left eye is moon, and forehead eye is the fire, Netrikan, fire. See, the Periya Puranam is analogous or is similar to the right eye. It is the Periya Puranam is his right eye, like sun. The left eye, Chandran, is Thiruvilayadal Puranam, and his forehead eye of fire, is Kanda Puranam. In Kanda Puranam, the Lord Vinayagar, how the form is created by Lord Shiva and Shakti, how it has emerged. You must understand, the Lord Vinayagar's the shape or the form emerged out of what and how. What Tirumular has to say about the form of Lord Vinayagar? Why we have the shape of Vinayagar or the form of Vinayagar in a most unique form, most unique form. Lord Vinayagar is the most unique form. If you take Lord Muruga, Lord Veerabhadra, Lord Ahorabhadra, or Lord Vairavar, or Lord Shiva, Nataraja, Dakshinamurti, take all those deities, they have some similarities among them, but Lord Vinayagar is unique, and we must understand the basic holiness in his form. If we understand the holiness in him, if we understand the real concept about his form, if we understand each and every part of this Vinayaga's idol deity, then you are going to benefit it in the most pleased manner. So, that is why our people concentrate, focus our attention with the Lord Vinayagar. You may appreciate the best devotee or the most attached devotee, Avayar, isn't it? She is the most attached devotee of Lord Vinayagar. She got everything from him, and she was taken to Sivalokam only by the trunk of him, isn't it? So, we must understand Lord Ganesha will be able to gift us with whatever we want, in whatever form we want, in whatever time we want. Such a merciful Lord Ganesha. Only thing is, you have to be sincere, you have to be love filled, you have to be honest. That is very important, isn't it? You should not think harm, you should not do harm, you should not talk harm about others, then you will be the most loving devotee of Lord Ganesha. Yes, Lord Ganesha will be trying to help you if you possess all these qualities. Okay, our Vallar Peruman, I should say, our Vallar Peruman, he is offering a prayer to Lord Ganesha very nicely, very nicely. I used to recite that song always, because Vallar Peruman has given that song wholeheartedly, loving him. Thiruvum Kalviyum Seerum Sirappum Nin Tiruvadippul Padum Thiramum Nal Uruvum Seelamum Ookamum Thalura Unarvundandu Yanadu Ullathu Amarndava Guruvum Deivamagi Anbalardam Kuridavarkum Gunapperum Kundrame Verumum Sindhe Vilaga Gajananam Vilangum Siddhi Vinayaka Vallale. Likewise, he says, if you just analyze that song, you must appreciate that Lord Ganesha will give us what? What not? If you ask Lord Ganesha will give what means, I will answer what not. அவர் என்ன கொடுப்பார்னா, என்ன கொடுக்க மாட்டார், எல்லாவற்றையும் கொடுப்பார். He will give us everything we want. The only thing is, as I already told you, that we must be honest, sincere and full love filled. Okay, now we are going to see in our next session how the Lord Ganesha deity has been formed, why it is having an elephant head, why we must have such a form. We already discussed that is a unique form. This unique form as an elephant head, and then the other section of the body is like a Devan. Okay, so the so you must understand that the form of Lord Vinayagar with the elephant head and other parts as usual, like other deities or other gods, why he must have an exclusive elephant head? What is the story behind it? What is the concept behind it? What is the truth behind it? That is very important, isn't it? What is the truth behind it? We must understand, even though he is having an elephant head, he is having 3 eyes on his face. His forehead eye is there, depicting that he is nothing other than Lord Shiva. He is nobody other than Lord Shiva. He is Lord Shiva. There is no difference. So Lord Shiva has assumed this form. We must understand. So that is an indication that Triyambakan. You must appreciate the fact that since he is having 3 eyes, he is nothing but Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva has taken this form. Why he has taken this form? How he has taken this form? What is the concept behind it? All this we are going to discuss in the coming series. We are going to have this series of lectures on all Saturdays, every Saturday at 12 o'clock. Of course, if you are not going to have some Saturdays, we will announce beforehand. But regularly we will have all Saturdays at 12 o'clock. This series of lectures arranged by our beloved Mrs. and Mr. Saravanan Kattar. With that, I am just concluding this session and I am going to recite Panchaksharam. Please follow me. Om Namah Shivaya. 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 Tiruchitrambalam. We can meet in our next session, next Saturday at 12 o'clock. With that saying, I am just concluding this session. Tiruchitrambalam. தென்னாடுடைய சிவனே போற்றி, என் நாட்டவர்க்கும் இறைவா போற்றி, வெற்றிவேல் முருகனுக்கு அரோகரா. திருச்சிற்றம்பலம்.